I personally spent over 25K on fitness coaches, and this is the most optimal process to help you shed belly fat and build lean muscle effortlessly, seamlessly, and most importantly, predictably. If you're watching this video, it is very likely that you're trying to create a transformation just like this for yourself. Maybe you've been going at this for some time now. Maybe you're stuck at a plateau, or hey, maybe you're just getting started and you want some clarity and direction on exactly how to get from point A to point B as quickly as possible and create a transformation just like this for yourself. In this picture on the left, this was me back in 2019. I remember looking at myself in the mirror and being super frustrated with myself because, quite frankly, I was doing all of the right things. Intermittent fasting, I was eating a high protein diet, cutting out the carbs, cutting out the going out, the eating out, working out 5 to 6 days a week at the gym, doing my cardio, doing my 10K steps. Yes, I lost a bunch of weight. I believe I lost like 30 pounds here, but I didn't see the results that I wanted to see in the mirror. I was busting my ass day in, day out, but didn't see the fruits of my labor. A lean, muscular look that I expected right from the jump. Fast forward to now, on the right, this is me now eating 3,500 calories, the best shape of my life, and progress is the most seamless, the most effortless, and most importantly, predictable. In this video, I'm gonna keep this super direct, keep it straight to the point. This way, you can avoid the mistakes that I made and get to your transformation as quickly as possible. Let's dive right into it. Here's the thing, losing weight isn't your problem. It ain't discipline either. Up to this point, you've probably lost 10, 20, maybe even up to 30 pounds at one point. Maybe even multiple times. You know how to lose weight. You already have discipline. But because you keep trying to be more disciplined, is the exact reason why you keep falling off and constantly having to restart over and over and over again. But no one ever taught you how to create a real transformation, how to lose body fat and not just body weight, how to build lean muscle so that you actually have a lean and toned physique after your cut. And most importantly, how to integrate this into your lifestyle so that you can stay lean for life after your cut. Here are some mistakes that 90% of people make keeping them stuck. I'm just gonna zoom in so that y'all can see this a little bit better. This is how most people approach fat loss. First, they cut out carbs, they skip meals, they do tons of cardio right away. They see a ton of progress really quickly and is motivated by those results. A few weeks in, progress gets significantly harder to make. And then when they get discouraged, they end up gaining a few pounds back. And then they try to rediscipline themselves for a few weeks and they lose a few pounds and they search for a different diet, thus leaving them with a slow metabolism and unsatisfied with the results. This is how we do it with our clients. First, we have you eat at maintenance to speed up your metabolism and build a strong foundation. Once we have your metabolism firing like a fat burning machine, we put you in that calorie deficit and fat loss is quick and effective. Depending on how much weight you need to lose, depending on how much fat you need to lose and how long the duration of your cut is, we implement a few diet breaks, some refeeds in between. This way you can avoid those plateaus. And then once you've gotten rid of all the unwanted belly fats, we put you through a post-diet recovery phase. This way you can keep the fat off while eating more calories afterwards. And then as a result, you can eat all the good food without worrying about it showing back up in your body again. Here are the main mistakes that most people make keeping them stuck, losing and gaining the same 10, 20, 30 pounds every single year. Number one, most people think that a calorie deficit is the end all be all, which is why they always find themselves gaining all that weight back afterwards. Yes, you need to be in a calorie deficit to lose body fat, but you're not going to be eating a calorie deficit for the rest of your life. Secondly, they look for hacks instead of understanding fundamental principles. You can go on social media and find all the hacks out there. But if you don't understand and master the fundamentals, you will never see the results that you're looking for. If you understand how to fuel your body, how to train your body, and eat for your goals, it's unreasonable that you won't be lean and muscular. And lastly, number three, most people believe that the diet is 90% of the equation. Yes, dialing in with your diet is super important. But what no one talks about is the more muscle you have on your frame, the more calories your body burns by default. AKA, you'll be able to eat more food without getting fat. So what now? This is what you need. Number one, you need to understand energy balance. Number two, you need to break your journey and your transformation into phases. And number three, you need to become the best athlete you can become. Let me dive deep into each of these. This way you have a better understanding of how this actually works. Understanding energy balance. This picture that you see right here, is your energy balance. This is also known as calories in versus calories out. You see, most people only focus on the left side, food intake. How many calories I'm eating on a day-to-day basis. Let me eat less food. Let me be in a calorie deficit. But no one talks about everything else on the right. Notice how on the right side of the equation, there are multiple aspects to this. There's physical activity, there's RMR, and there's TEF. What even are those things? RMR basically stands for resting metabolic rate, aka how many calories your body burns at rest. Yeah, your body burns calories just with you sitting watching this video right now. If you want a higher RMR, a couple of things will help you burn more calories at rest. Having more muscle on your frame, which is why those big bodybuilders, they burn a shit ton of calories because they have more muscle on their frame. Secondly, better sleep. It helps you regulate your stress, which for most people, they don't get the best sleep. And also lowering your stress. Next up, we have TEF. What does TEF stand for? It stands for thermic effective food, aka how many calories your body burns just digesting food. How can you increase your TEF? A couple of things. Eating a higher protein diet. Protein is the macronutrient that takes the longest for your body to digest, which is why when you go to K barbecue, you feel full for hours. As opposed to if you go to IHOP and eat a stack of pancakes, I don't know about you, but I'm hungry again in like 30 minutes. Secondly, eating more fiber. This can be from your veggies, this can be from whole grains, this can be from fruits. It also takes a longer time to digest. Eating more whole foods, not exactly foods from the store whole foods, but foods that your great grandparents were eating. Foods that are made up of just one ingredient. Chicken, beef, fish, potatoes, rice, you name it. Your body's gonna take a lot more to digest chicken and rice as opposed to a cheeseburger. And lastly, eating higher volume foods. My favorite analogy for this is pretend you have a donut and a bowl of chicken and rice. Both are the same amount of calories, but which one will you feel more full and feel like you're eating more physical food? Obviously, the bowl of chicken and rice. And then we also have physical activity. This can be from your workouts, this can be from cardio, this can be from steps. By understanding energy balance, this is how I'm eating over 3,500 calories and I still have abs. Because I optimize the shit out of my physical activity, my RMR, and my TEF. As opposed to back in 2019, I was only focusing on my calorie deficit and my calorie intake. Next up, let's talk about breaking your transformation up into phases. The 3 phases that we put our clients through is number 1, metabolic restoration. This is speeding up your metabolism by optimizing your physical activity, your TEF, and your RMR. The reason why this is so important is because if these things are not optimized, you're only making your fat loss phase that much more difficult for yourself. Imagine how much easier fat loss will be if your metabolism was way faster. This brings us to phase number 2. Fat loss acceleration. This is everyone's favorite phase. You get rid of all of that unwanted belly fat, your clothes start fitting better, and you finally see a lean physique that you've always wanted in the mirror. Which brings us to phase number 3. Lifestyle integration is the phase right after fat loss acceleration, where we fit this fitness journey as a part of your lifestyle. This way you can stay lean for life. Most people skip this step and they just go back to their old habits once they've lost the fat. But remember, at the end of your cuts, that is when your metabolism is the slowest and also your body is the most sensitive. So if you just go back to your old ways of eating, it's no wonder you gain all that fat back just like that. By the way, every single one of our clients who go through phase number 1 of our program, they lose their next 10 to 15 pounds within their first 8 to 10 weeks while getting leaner, getting more toned, having more muscle throughout the process. These transformations don't happen just through a calorie deficit, but this happens through building a strong foundation right from the jump, optimizing your metabolism, and then putting yourself in that fat loss phase. And most importantly, coming out of your fat loss phase, this way you can stay lean for life. So what does metabolic restoration actually consist of? This is actually phase 1 of our program, step by step. I want to show you exactly what this consists of. This way you can start implementing it for yourself. Step number 1 is establishing your starting point with your calories. I know tracking calories might seem like too much work, but I want you to treat this just like your budget. Let's say you're trying to save $1,000. You can say that you're budgeting, you can say that you're trying to save money, but if you have no idea how much money is hitting your account and leaving your account, how do you expect to guarantee results? The same goes with your diet. I'm not saying you have to be tracking your calories for the rest of your life, but master this skill now. This way you can gain awareness around the foods that you're eating and the amount of calories that you're eating. This way you can accelerate and fast track your results. Start keeping track of your calories. I personally use the MyFitnessPal app. It's completely free on the App Store, super simple to use, and your goal is to simply track everything that you eat. No need to hit a specific number just yet. Once you get in the swing of tracking your calories, the goal is to find your maintenance calories. Basically, how many calories you're eating where your body weight maintains the same. Start tracking your calories. This way you can establish your true starting point. If you don't know how many calories you're eating, you can be doing intermittent fasting. You can be doing keto. You can be eating one meal a day. But if you don't know your numbers, it is impossible to reach your goals. What doesn't get measured doesn't get improved. Step number 2 is following a structured workout program, focusing on compound exercises and progressive overload. And your goal is to train your muscles. There's a huge difference between working out and training your muscles. Anyone can go into the gym and just move weights around. But by slowing down your movements, making sure you stick to the same exercises and following a progression, it's going to allow you to challenge your muscles, aka speeding up your metabolism. Step number 3 is introducing a daily step goal. This will help you burn extra calories by default. For all of my clients, a great place to start is 7 to 10K steps every single day. Step number 4 is establishing your protein goal. Again, protein is the macronutrient that takes the longest for your body to digest. Also, it helps you rebuild muscle, aka it'll speed up your metabolism. The goal is to get in 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. Step number 5 is establishing a fiber goal. Just like protein, it takes longer for your body to digest. The goal is to get in 10 to 15 grams of fiber per 1,000 calories that you eat. So if you're eating 2,000 calories, let's aim for 20 to 30 grams of fiber. And then step number 6 is to put it all together. Again, every single one of our clients who go through phase number 1, they end up losing their next 10 to 15 pounds within their first 8 to 10 weeks inside of our program. Getting leaner, getting more toned, building more muscle, and for most people, increasing their calories by 500 to 1,000. Imagine how much easier fat loss will be if you sped up your metabolism and turned it into a fat burning machine before you start your cut. If you want some help implementing this way you can speed up your metabolism and make fat loss effortless, seamless, and predictable, go ahead and click the first link in the description, fill out our coaching application, and I'll get back to you with your next steps. And last but not least, become the best athlete you can become. I know for most people watching this, not everyone wants to be a bodybuilder, wants to compete in all of these competitions, but become the best athlete you could become. Let me ask you a question. What is the number 1 priority for athletes? If you guess performance, you got that right. By making performance your number 1 priority, by default, you're going to want to make better decisions by default with your diet, with your training, as well as your recovery. If you know you have a leg day tomorrow morning, by default, you're going to want to eat a cleaner meal for dinner. You're probably going to want to go to bed a little bit earlier. This way you can get some good rest. Adopt that athlete mentality. Because when you perform well, you fuel your body properly, and you prioritize your recovery, it's going to be unreasonable that you won't look lean, toned, and muscular. I know I threw a ton at you with this video, but start implementing ASAP. If you need to, rewatch this video, save this video. This way you can refer back to it. And most importantly, master phase 1, steps 1 through 6 before you even start your fat loss phase. Because just like building a house, if you want it to stand tall, if you want it to last a really, really, really long time, it all starts with building a strong foundation. If you don't understand energy balance, if you don't track any data when it comes to your nutrition, if you don't follow a structured workout program, you can try to follow all of these hacks that you find on the internet, but you're only shooting yourself in the foot if you don't master the fundamental principles. You're creating a transformation just like this is not luck. It ain't just pure willpower and discipline. You can try to, but if you're constantly repeating the same patterns over and over and over again, is it really a discipline problem? Master the fundamentals, build a strong foundation right from the jump, break your transformation up into phases, and become your best athlete. I hope that this video helped. Let me know your biggest takeaway in the comment section below, and let me know if you have any questions.